evening, beautiful people. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. I am Mrs. Best. I will be off camera today. I did end up having to work overtime, just walked in the house, so I rushed to do this live. But let's welcome in James for the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. Good evening, not morning. You're muted.
I saw that. I was like, shoot, I thought I hit it. Y'all, StreamYard don't want us to be great today because I know I hit it. Anyway, hey, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and show my girl some love. Y'all, we doing this. Even though this episode was boring, but that's okay. We'll live to fight another day. We're going to do our best to entertain y'all.
This is the truth. Please see the link in the description of this video. You guys, there's a link to James's channel as well as other great creators, including Shayna_MCD, Kiwan JTV, and also B3ST. This episode was titled Not Feeling the Healing. I wanted to say Not Healing the Feeling, which would have made more sense in my brain. Right. But, you know, this is episode 5 of season 15, and I feel like Beverly Hills has been on TV for like months, and we're only in episode 5. And I love the Housewives of Beverly Hills. I've never missed this season, so that is part of why I'm still watching. And I watched before Garcelle or any Black housewife or anyone of color was on the show, but this is a problem. These are the most boring, self-centered, egotistical, overrated bitches that they could have put into one cast. And I'm not trying to be mean because these women are all successful with the exception of 2. But I mean, what am I supposed to do with this? Rachel Zoe, whose idea was it to bring her back? She's a whore. She's a great dresser, but I think she's someone that doesn't need to be in an ensemble cast and probably would do better in her own show like she had before.
It's giving you need a security blanket check. It really does. And
yeah, because she's going through a divorce.
Yeah, that annoys me really bad. That annoys me more than anything else.
Yeah. No, I agree with that, actually. And James has spoken about this on Salt Lake City, but other lives as well related to the housewives. It's a good point that he's made that I stand by and that the stats will support. It seemed like people come on the show when they are ready to get divorced, considering divorce, or actively going through one. And so the security net does make sense. Because in California, anything you get after you file or separate, you don't even have to file.
Yeah.
Spouse don't get access to it. Don't you love that? God bless California. But DM Rocks, I'm happy you're here. Good evening. DM Rock says they heard Amanda rubs everyone the wrong way throughout the season and ends up being on an island by herself. We saw that this episode.
I was going to say, yeah, I think that started this episode. And to be honest, I'm annoyed by that as well.
It annoys you? We'll get into that. That's probably the only thing worthwhile really discussing is giving the newbies a shot and our friends of that should be full-time cast members that don't need the check.
Hello.
Miss Tilly and Hilton. I'm just saying.
I just watched a movie with her and Drew Barrymore. I never knew they did a movie together.
That's the only movie. I only knew her from something she had done with Drew Barrymore, which is funny.
It was a crazy ass movie. I was like, whoa. Y'all don't watch Lifetime after midnight. Just don't do it.
Oh no, rabbit hole. I think that's years ago. I was watching Lifetime late and they were replaying that R. Kelly documentary. Well, I call out to work the next day. I said, oh shit out of it. I said, nasty, Robert. Nasty. Anywho, y'all. But I'm not surprised, Dia Rocks. We're definitely going to discuss that. She did it to herself, in my opinion. But at the same time, I'm going to put more fault on production. You cannot put millennials. This lady is my age and James's age. You cannot put us with a bunch of 60-year-olds. We may be able to have conversations and engage, but there's too many generational and societal differences within the generation that make it difficult. That's why younger people always complaining about older people and vice versa. Like, it's just a fact. Some people you can mesh with, but these women are difficult. But let's get into this episode. So it starts. Well, first, I'd like to comment because we got taglines. Every person's tagline was as lackluster as they are on this show. Fix It, Bravo. This shit is more boring than Salt Lake City seasons 2 to 4. I'm bored and I want them to fix it. But Jennifer, Sutton, Kyle, Erica, and Amanda all meet up and are preparing to go to what's considered a vortex in Sedona, Arizona, which is just something special about the earth and nature. There's stuff like that everywhere. I think that Arizona has everybody fucked up because that vortex didn't offer nobody nothing, was not worth the money. That hotel looked pricey that these women are in for them to be in the middle of nowhere. And then when they can get to a town to buy something, all they can buy is crystals and dumb shit that cost hella money. Who chose? This is another reason Sutton needs to go, because for you to choose this location is terrible. Nobody wants to see Arizona on TV unless the world is shut down and they can't film nowhere else. Other than that, there's nothing there. And I feel the same way about shows like Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage Detroit. Like, some places you can only do so much for entertainment. And I feel like they should not have gone here on television.
I agree. Because I live in Arizona, obviously, you guys. That was a definitely waste of time going to the vortex. We all hear about it. It's a way to sell you tourists. It's a good gimmick. I will give you that. The only thing that I really felt was interesting, and I wish they would have did a scene there, is they went to Jerome. And I felt like, for me, that is worth talking about, because Jerome is a haunted town. And they have way more. Fun. That would have been way more fun. And I was mad at production for not giving more into that part of it, because I think we would have been a little bit more entertained if they did a ghost tour, if they went to the Jerome Grand Hotel where it is haunted. Like, that would have actually been a lot more fun. This was a wasted opportunity, especially because that's where they ended up going shopping. So it was like, oh, y'all wasted a whole opportunity where y'all could have had a lot more entertainment. This was such a waste.
Honestly, there are shows that have survived even in areas that are boring. If you have a good enough cast, you can do anything. Just giving you the truth. You really can. But that's interesting to hear that they had some. That's like going to New Orleans, not showing yourself on Bourbon Street or seeing the cemetery. Like, it doesn't make sense if that's the case. But you know, what can we do? Tamara, I don't like her, from OC, can't stand her. And she needs to be fired and arrested, because when that lady don't have on makeup, she looked like the crackhead colorless ladies walking around downtown SF with the Finny lean. But when she have on makeup, she's a totally different person. When I say, thank God black don't crack. But he says, Dolores and Tamara from OC recap Beverly Hills on 2 T's in a pod, and Tamara does not like Amanda. Tamara don't like anybody.
Yeah,
So that's my thing with Tamara and Teddy's podcast. Teddy, please just heal. And as for Tamara, because I believe they do the 2 P's in a pod. As for Tamara, she don't like anyone, and she tends to just align with whatever opinion is popular at that time, or whichever one will suit her. That's why I don't recap OC at all.
Yeah, me either, because I don't, because a lot of them think like she does, and it's like, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
And then they just got rid of Katie and kept Tamara.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're good. They're going to this vortex. They have to hike to get there in 100-degree heat. Don't invite me nowhere and ask me to hike. And I actually love hiking. Do not invite me nowhere and ask me to hike when it is over 100 degrees. Don't. In fact, don't ask me to fucking hike when it's over 82 degrees. No, you're not doing it right. You're just not. But Jennifer struggled up that mountain. Jennifer could not breathe, Miss Tilly. She struggled up that mountain, and she was proof that money cannot buy you everything. You can pay to get your body done. You could pay to get the fat sucked out of you. You could pay to go on a GLP-1 and lose weight and be like Heather off Ozempic. However, you cannot pay to get in shape. Jennifer, why the fuck you can't walk up a hill? Why?
Well, you gotta understand, Jennifer's 67 years old. She old. She can't be doing all this.
We got 67-year-olds running marathons and stuff. You got all that money. It would be smart to take care of it
when it's
so you can live to spend it.
it's different when you old and it's 102 degrees. You see, Kathy didn't go nowhere. Kathy sat right in that bed. Kathy was playing with y'all.
Kathy is me.
Me too.
Kathy is me. 100 degrees and there's AC here and a bed and a break.
Eat my chips and just looking at y'all laughing. That's me.
I love Kathy for that because you could tell Kathy is just here to have fun, get away from her husband, give him some space here and there. She's just here. Kathy is just here. But the only thing that really happens is Kyle and Erica discuss Doris. Kyle feels like Dorit. Kyle is talking to Erica, trying to get advice on how to handle Dorit. She feels like every time she speaks to Dorit, she's charged up and snapping at her. Erica is just like, maybe just avoid the topic in general. And Kyle, which I thought was actually a good suggestion, just ignore her and let her go off. Because at some point, she's going to have to shut the fuck up. So I kind of got Erica and agreed with the advice, but then Kyle brings up the issue of that's all she wants to discuss. Because she don't have a storyline outside of that. And she don't want us to really know what's going on.
Right.
I don't understand, Kyle.
It seemed like for me, and this is kind of like outside, of their topic of conversation, it seems like the only way Dorit really wants to be in good gracious with Kyle is if she can get information on PK that she can use. That's the
only reason. That's
the way
probably forgiven her.
Yeah. Because she knows Mauricio may have the information. So that's why she gets up. So when Kyle's not giving it to her, that's when she gives her this whole passive aggressive combo, which to me, that's not fair. And I can't believe I'm sticking up for Kyle, but that's not fair to do.
No, you're right. Because here's the thing. Kyle's separation came out first. She lied about it. People tried to support her. But Dorit and her, when that information came out, they were extremely close. So for Kyle to keep that from her friend looked a little odd. And then when Dorit's information and stuff comes out, Kyle was not the most supportive. So while I don't like Doris and I feel like she needs to shut up about PK, Kyle did have her fucked up at first.
Mm-hmm.
But now where we're at today, leave that lady alone. She's not filed for divorce yet. And in my mind, until Kyle files for divorce, do not expect her, like you said, to be telling you stuff about PK. Because in the scene that we seen in the last episode, when Kyle came to Dorit's house and Dorit's washing the dishes, and the first thing she could ask about is, well, has Mo talked to PK?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at you like, stop, Doris, just stop. But that's that with them. Now, on the other end, Rachel, Doris, and Bose are going into town to shop. And same way Kyle's talking about Doris, Doris is talking about Kyle. And Doris pretty much just, the women explain that Kyle's not really doing anything to her and has not meant to do anything to her. And they feel like Dorit has a block when it comes to Kyle and puts up a wall and then expects Kyle to still act like they're still close. And I thought they were clocking stuff appropriately, but I don't care about Kyle and Dorit's beef or falling out. I've always thought their friendship was fake and surface. I always thought they bonded over their beef with Lisa Vanderpump, LVP. What they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
I think that is why Kyle and Doris became so close. Outside of that, if nothing happened with Kyle and LVP, I don't think Dorit would have even lasted on the show. As quiet as it's good.
I agree.
DM Rock says, to this day, Erica and Kyle are not talking to Dorit anymore. I don't blame them. And you know what's funny? I can't stand Erica's scamming ass. I can't stand Kyle's lying ass. Want to be on reality TV, but never giving us any form of real reality. But I wouldn't talk to Dorit either. Just because you're going through a bad time in life does not give you the fucking right to be going off on people, cussing them out. If you felt this way about me, you should have said it when you felt that way. Don't say it now because your husband gone. No, absolutely not. So I'm not surprised. And honestly, Doris can talk so much, she can have conversations with herself.
I agree.
But the ladies end up going back to it looks like they're in a resort of some sort. They learn they're going to be cooking their own dinner. I said, now, why the fuck would y'all stay out all day? Why would production have us learn that the cast is going to cook themselves dinner, which would have been fun and funny to watch because they are a cast full of rich women that you know can't cook, and they colorless women, so you know the food ain't gonna taste that great if they do. I said what I said, but I'm just looking like, why didn't we get to see the grocery scene, which I'll bring up later? But Jennifer Tilly had mentioned they all went to this cool grocery store, and I seen her almost hitting a local person, which was funny. But I would have liked to see something lighthearted like that instead of watching them have conversations about stuff that we've been watching them conversate about since season 10. I'm kind of over it, but they're going to cook each other dinner. Now, Amanda decides while getting ready upstairs, and I'm like, who's cooking if all of you are putting on makeup and getting ready? Because me, I get dressed after I cook, because if you're doing it right, you're going to be smelling like whatever bell peppers and onions and seasonings in your food. And you don't want that on your clothes and stuff.
No.
But Amanda asks Kyle about Avi, who is Sutton's old assistant. There's been a very public separation of employment, but it's been controversial because people have watched Sutton treat Avi like shit for many seasons, and she's very tight-lipped about it, which is odd. So she came on telling us about her divorce. She told us about her mama. She told us about her dad killing himself. She told us about all these things. But when it comes to Avi, you're closed-lipped. Now, let me tell y'all something about California. We're a very worker-friendly state.
Yes.
So if you play with people, because everyone's like, oh, there's an NDA. I'm sure that there is to an extent, but I also feel like she can't say too much, because if she does, EOC, who handles California employer complaints, will probably come after her ass. Because I feel like Sutton was doing some other shit with Avi. I don't know why, but I feel like the separation is not his doing. Because that man was too patient.
No, I agree with that. But what I'm going to say is, I feel like for me, I think it had to do with Garcelle. I do, for some reason.
Either way,
I feel like he said some. Yeah,
it's not Avi's fault. I think everyone knows that.
Oh no, we're clear.
Yeah, it's definitely Garcelle. It definitely has something to do with him, because the way they discussed Garcelle and Avi taking a picture at Garcelle's movie premiere on the after show for the season premiere of this show is crazy. It's absolutely insane. So I know for a fact it's connected to Garcelle. Garcelle is a trigger for Sutton.
Absolutely.
She's a huge trigger. Happy Friday, Dr. Jen. I'm happy to see you here, and I hope that you are doing well and enjoy your 3-day weekend if you have one. I hope you enjoy it. She said, I'm supporting, but I don't want RHOBH. When Garcelle left, I left. I see clips on IG that Amanda girl is hilarious to be with her fraudulent ass. You know what? I'm going to bring that up throughout this live, because ever since, so I've been seeing all this crazy stuff on Facebook. I've been seeing all this crazy stuff on social media, and now it's on YouTube. And I saw something on the TikTok scrolling. I saw this lady's mugshot. How come you're not talking about that, Amanda? That actually might have made you more relatable and likable if you would have been like, yeah, I have a past, but now I'm a life coach. But instead, she want to keep that shit under wraps. Miss MLS.
We're going to see a documentary on her pretty soon. I feel it coming.
I don't think she'll last more than 2 seasons. But I'm saying 2 seasons because I wait for the first one before I judge them. But I don't think she'll last more than 2 seasons.
She's gonna be a Diana Jenkins one and done. I don't think she's coming back.
I don't think she'll make it.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back next season. I don't see it. She could potentially. I just don't see it. I think she's a flop. I really do.
Yeah. Let me see. But she asked Kyle about Avi and says someone called her saying that they have tea about the separation between Avi and Sutton. And Amanda, it looked like it's going to bring it up to Sutton, which is crazy. But it's 11 p.m. This is how the show is edited, y'all. I'm just giving it to you as I saw it. It's 11 p.m. The show is telling us, 10:49 p.m. And I see Kathy Hilton chopping peppers.
And doing it wrong, by the way.
She was doing okay with cutting them, but I was just looking at her like, why are you just now chopping peppers? Y'all supposed to be having dinner. Where is the food? Why are we chopping up, preparing to cook versus cooking? And why were there so many damn peppers?
And then it was Sutton pounding that chicken. I said, Lord.
I didn't understand it. So dinner wasn't ready on time, y'all. These bitches cannot cook. And I feel like that's a life skill. You don't have to be, Gordon Ramsay or Chef Tiffany, but you need to, I feel like every person should at the very least be able to put a meal together. I don't care if it's scrambled eggs and avocado and some cottage cheese. You need to be able to put something together for yourself.
See, you're nice and generous. I said people should know at least 10 dishes because you got 10 fingers. So I think people should know at least 10 signature dishes. Like you should know how to make some lasagna, spaghetti. You should know how to throw any pasta dish together, any rice dish together. Like you should be able to do that at the bare minimum and rotate them around. I feel like every person should know how to do that. So y'all
better think back to 2020 when some of y'all didn't have the type of jobs that was keeping you paid through 2020 and you couldn't order shit. Trying to tell you.
Because when I tell you I was making a meal stretch over 4 days like you wouldn't believe. Like when I tell y'all, 2020 was something else.
See, I was very blessed at that time. Very blessed because my spouse worked for Tesla at the time. And I will say we had no breaks of income. It was like 2 weeks. We were like, oh shit, is the money gonna come? And it came. So that's the only good thing about that time. That's it. I kind of miss it. There was no people around. Now people are everywhere doing stupid shit. Anywho, 3-day weekend, y'all. Thank God. Yes. And shout out to Dr. King and all of his living family members. Change and the things that he went through and the sacrifice really did make it to where I could even be here today, or James could be here, or Dr. Jen could be Dr. Jen. So I'm happy for the 3-day weekend. But these ladies are a mess. Amanda finally confronts Sutton about it when all the women are outside waiting on no food. And Amanda immediately brings up Avi. And this is why people don't like Amanda. Why the fuck, if you knew, are you bringing up something that you know irritates this lady when you already feel like the lady is irritated with you in front of everybody? I don't like that about this cast. I don't like that about Potomac's cast. And I don't like that about Salt Lake City's cast. Not everything has to be a group conversation or a group event. It's okay to separate to the side from the group to ask her a question sometimes. But she asked in front of everybody about Avi and tells about all of the stuff. And Amanda's acting like she don't know who Avi was, who was irritating me. She's like, so I guess you had like an assistant? What do you mean you guess? They've talked about it in front of you since you've been a part of this group. You're a millennial, so I know you watched this fucking show and knew about Avi prior. Why are you acting like you don't know his name and who he is? Like, girl, Amanda is thirsty, y'all. She is I'm telling you, and this is alleged. Don't come suing me, Amanda. Don't be trying to come sue me because I ain't got shit no way and I'm petty and I will intentionally not work. I'll Tasha K you the way that Tasha K is Cardi B and Cardi B. I really would. You won't get a dime. But I really think she's shady. It looks like, so there was, what was that documentary on Netflix about that lady in Australia who was claiming to have cured her cancer with a healthy diet and then started selling these like fake ass cookbooks and suggested.
Oh, I know what you're talking about because someone just sent that to me.
It was a great documentary, but Amanda gives me somebody that could fall and stub her toe. And then she could be at home, her toe feel better, but she will look at her toe and say, oh, I probably could have wrapped a lotus leaf around it and felt better. And then create an entire website around lotus leaf and toe pain and tell us that there is science or it worked for her. Because I'm like, she's not even quoting any type of what we call medical or mental health jargon. She's not using any terminologies that someone who has education in her field would. She's not showing really anything to prove to us that she is legit at all. So I feel like this lady is bullshit. And then she's talking about building websites. I'm like, why are you building another website? And it sounds like the website you built is doing what your other websites was doing. So why not just include hyperlinks within the website you have already for other stuff people can buy, instead of trying to make it look like a bunch of different websites, which is generally what people do when they're trying to not get caught up by Uncle Sam.
True. This is so for me, I felt like it was one of two things. Either the friend that she was talking about in the scene is either already friends with Avi and already gave her the information. That was one, and she was trying to bait Sutton to see if Sutton was going to go into details so she could rebuttal whatever that friend told her or what Avi would have told. I feel like that already connected. Or she could have had everybody investigate it, and that probably came up. That's how I feel. I feel like it was some. I feel like she did deeper than what she was leading on. Like I do. I feel like it's way deeper than that.
I'm cracking up at Dr. Jen in these comments. I am genuinely cracking up because she said, "Poor Amanda. She's the only millennial on there with those Gen Xers." Listen,
it wouldn't be a problem if she knew how to. To me, it seems like she's just inauthentic. Like she's not real. So it's kind of like
because his point is that millennials is the strongest generation. We was handed a fucked up economy. We done lived through a cajillion terrorist attacks. We done lived through a million crazy world events, a couple different wars, more than a couple. Like we done had to go through all sorts of crazy type of stuff. So I'm looking at Amanda like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because I can actually throw something better in y'all face. Ashley Darby is a millennial. And she was on Real Housewives of Beverly. I know we don't claim her, but I'm trying to make a point.
We don't claim her. Sheila was probably under the influence of something when she was created, and that probably resulted in her forehead being so large and her decision making as it relates to men. No, we cannot claim her. We can't.
We can't. I tried, y'all. I tried to give Amanda something.
No.
I did.
But Ashley is a good example because Ashley is, I just don't like her, but James is correct. Ashley is a younger cast member on a cast full of women over 50 for the most part. So I do feel like if Amanda were authentic, it shouldn't be a problem interacting with other generations. It shouldn't. But I also feel like this is another example. I keep saying this on my lives, Dr. Jen. I feel like Amanda is the example of new money and they are old money. You don't have to announce every damn brand that you wear and all of that. DM Rocks called her Scam Amanda. She's scamming people. I work in mental health. I am telling y'all, I promise you, nobody is going to say to themselves, I want to help people and then build a website that has a computer and AI and other people helping them versus themselves. Nobody's going to do that. Like, she can't even explain what she does in a sentence. If you can't do that, you bullshit. You full of it. You full of it. If you would have asked Mark Zuckerberg what Facebook was meant to be back when he was creating it, he could give it to you in a full sentence. Amanda got to give us a whole annotated paper and some other stuff. I can't with her. I just cannot with her. Hey, Rose, it's Friday. Do you?
Do you, girl? I know that's
I'm
right.
not the grammar police. I'm not your teacher. Hey, she is scammy, though. But Sutton just pretty much asked Amanda, do you want to hire him? And Amanda's like, no, my team is full, but thank you. When she responded that way, I was like, so you're bad at baiting people. You're trying to start shit with Sutton because you know she's sensitive. I didn't like it. Talk about your own shit because you got mugshots and stuff before you try to come for cast members that's been here. And I still don't like Sutton. But talk about your own stuff before you come for somebody else. Make sure your shit don't stink. Just saying. Just saying. But Sutton and Dorit had a weird moment. It irritated me. Now they suddenly want to be best friends because the black woman is gone. Bose, you nasty Uncle Tom sellout bitch. This is what you get. This is exactly what you get. Dorit is misunderstood. She's not misunderstood. I genuinely feel like Dorit and Sutton didn't get along for the longest. One, because Dorit's intimidated by anybody who make more money than her and won't spend it on her or with her. And then I also feel like Dorit is racist a little bit. I've never let go of that comment she made about only having one black friend that was her housekeeper.
Aside from
never
that,
get over that.
Well, aside from that, I felt like, if you really pull back deeper layers, Sutton and Dorita are the same person. They're the exact same person, which is why they never really got along in the beginning.
And the other barely hanging on.
Exactly.
That's actually true.
Mm-hmm. They're the same person. Yeah. So that's why it actually didn't surprise me that they didn't get along. I do think Garcelle was in the way for that to be exposed earlier because of the microaggressions that Dorit was giving her. I think that that's the reason why that was never really thought about at first. But when you really think about it and pull back the layers even deeper, they're the same person. The exact same person.
I agree with that. I always think of when people click with people, whoever they click with first, I always pay attention to that because I think those are the people they really like. And the way that these ladies all click up with each other. Sutton originally came on the show and was very close to Kyle. Then she went from Kyle to somebody else, and from somebody else till Garcelle came. So yeah. What is Dr. Jen saying? Girl, they was irritating me because they were acting like besties, and it didn't make sense. Last season, literally just a few months ago, it was a whole different thing where Dorit didn't even want Sutton to comment and couldn't trust that she was genuine. Now Sutton claims that she's changing, and she went and talked to Reba as a patient, and your mama can't do that, but okay. She realizes she put the anger from her divorce onto other people. I think Sutton's just mean and snooty.
I agree.
And I think that a part of that contributed to her divorce. Because people like to look at the side of the story that we have, but it takes two to tango, and it takes two to have a relationship, and it takes two to end one. So I definitely feel like Sutton tries to paint Christian as if he was just this big, bad problem. But I think there are things that she was probably doing that made him not want her ass. And I feel like the way she interacts with these people could be a part of it. Just saying.
Yeah, Sutton has always been mean. Like, let's not mince words here. Sutton was always mean and always thought she was better than everybody and very snooty. I didn't have a problem with it in the beginning because she's in the elite of other women who do the exact same thing. So it's basically who can do it better. And I felt like there are moments when Sutton first came on the show where she did it better than the other ladies, which is why I liked her. And then when it came to Erica, hands down, clocked it, was there. Now, where she lost me was with Garcelle. So that's where it's like, yeah. So, no, she was always mean, but...
She lost me with Erica. I think the Garcelle thing is the bigger hit, but you're not going to challenge somebody and then show up to a reunion trying to be their friend. Like with Erica, Sutton irritates me because she would come at her real bad, but then all in the next moment, the next day, the next hour is trying to be her friend. And it's like, think, lady. Dr. Just said, I hate how they're making Garcelle the problem. She wasn't. Everyone knows that Garcelle wasn't the problem. And everyone, it don't matter the type of fan, the background of the fan, the income, color. Everyone agrees, like, this lady's not on the show. She's not talking about any of them negatively publicly. When she has to be asked about the Housewives of Beverly Hills to speak on it. While these bitches is just speaking on the Housewives of Beverly Hills. Well, on Garcelle, they just speaking on her, whatever. But Garcelle has nothing to say about them until a reporter or someone asks her. And when she does, she just says, she's doing her and it is what it is. And I feel like that's pissing them off. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're so upset.
I want Bravo in that call center. I want y'all to give Garcelle a residual check for this season, for season 15. I need her to have at least a 10-episode residual check. That's all I'm saying.
Look, if I do get to BravoCon, I'm gonna have James holding a sign and I'm gonna have a boom box up playing Chris Brown's residuals, talking about #free Garcelle. Because y'all got her messed up. Stop talking about her. If I was her, I'd be finding a way to get around the network, but she probably don't want to damage her relationship with them. But I'd say fuck them. But that's me. Dr. Jen said, I used to like Dorit when Garcelle came to the show. I clocked her. I will never see it for Dorit. I've never liked Dorit. The only thing I will give Dorit in her early seasons before she ran PK broke, she gave us great fashions. Mm-hmm. She did. And I will give her that. I think she's a beautiful lady. That's it. But Dorit's never given anything on this show. She's always proven to be like a gold digger, kind of up Lisa's ass at first. She's up whoever's ass is popular. Bose is a sellout. I said what I said. I'm sure this probably just the only one we seen on camera.
Biggest disappointment on reality TV for me. Oh, she's such a disappointment.
Her disappointment, like our disappointment in Bose, is as big as her hair. It's pretty damn big. Just saying. Yep. DM Rock said, "Did you see Dorit on Watch What Happens Live? She called Sutton a social climber." I don't watch What Happens Live with certain cast. I don't really care for Watch What Happens Live. Honestly, I feel like with the after show, we don't need it. But I didn't see it, but that doesn't surprise me because Dorit's loyal to nobody, not her husband, not nobody. Just saying. But I saw the clip of Sutton shutting Jennifer Tilly down. We're going to get to that. It was much shorter than I thought it would be from watching the clips to watching the show, but listen, I'm with Jennifer. I stand for Jennifer Tilly. I stand because Jennifer Tilly was fair. She didn't come for Garcelle. She knows how to mind her business, but she knows how to hop in when it counts. And I love her little voice.
It's so beautiful to me.
Every time she talks, I'm just like, she just seemed like she is truly happy and rich.
Yes.
And I like that.
And I aspire. I really do. I don't know how I'm going to get a 7-figure residual check every year, but hey.
I don't think anybody would really get that no more unless they create something and so many ideas are not original anymore as it relates to just art in general. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all better take Jennifer Tilly's advice. That's how you divorce.
Yep.
She was friends with him. She got a check. There was no beef, no arguments. I mean, that's what they say by when you marry the right person, even if it don't work out, if someone genuinely loves you, you can go your separate ways in peace. It happens. It happens. People just don't want to admit it.
For the man to say, I don't have enough to give you, so I'm going to give you a piece of the show I created, and whatever happens, and then the show goes to be one of the biggest successful animated shows in the world.
Right.
That's crazy. Insane.
I will still watch The Simpsons if I catch it on. I never get tired of it, which is a concern. I'm also a pothead, y'all, so I like stuff like that. Jennifer understands Garcelle's sentiment. Sutton is social climate. She is. Hi, Shanny.
So is Dorit, by the way.
Doris just don't do it right. That's why nobody like her. It seemed like she don't have no strong. You see how other housewives get cool with each other or invited for like Ultimate Girls trips, spinoffs. Dorit don't go nowhere but BravoCon and this show and the reunion. I don't ever see her taking pictures with other housewives unless it's like an event they have to be at. We know Andy can't stand her. Sutton has money but wants to be famous. She will take ridicule for the clock it, Dr. Jen.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
So I say money cannot always buy you happiness and make you okay with yourself. Not Bose be looking strong in the face. Shanny has arrived.
She was a waste of that. But all she did was be in the bed with a full face of makeup on and clip-ins in her wig. That's all we saw.
Not clip-ins in your wig.
That's what that was.
Bose needs to fire her whole makeup team. Her stylist is doing okay. I do like the African cloths and things that she wears, but her hair and makeup team, they need to be fired. They're doing a terrible job. Shame on y'all. Shame. Saw an interview with Garcelle. She said she would rather make up with Kyle over Sutton because Kyle, I believe her in that. I don't think Kyle is racist. I genuinely don't. But I also feel like Kyle did actually try with Garcelle to a certain extent because we would see a lot of scenes, confessionals, and private moments where Kyle wouldn't really talk bad about her. Well, it'd be like the only thing I really hear her say about Garcelle is like, "Oh, she had a wall up," stuff like that. But I feel like Kyle makes an effort to get to know new housewives as an OG. I will give Kyle that compared to
Kyle. OGs. Yeah, and I agree with that. But Kyle, you know what you're gonna get. Kyle's been the same from season 1 to today. You're gonna know what you get with Kyle. With Sutton, that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. You don't know what you gonna get with Sutton, and
which is dangerous.
Yes, and I wouldn't want to be blindsided by a person like that at all in any circumstance, whether that's a friendship, relationship, whatever it is. I don't want to be blindsided by you. That is the worst thing you can do to somebody, is completely blindside them with a character that you have been this entire time, and they're only willing to see the best in you. They defend you, they honor you, they talk great things about you, and here you is fucking them over. Yeah, I would make
That's a good point. That's a good point you bring up too about Kyle, because Kyle has been the same from season 1 to now. Like down to speaking, dressing, values, morals, how she moves with friends, family. Kyle has been the same, good and bad. And that's probably why she's still here. Even though I don't care for Kyle on this show, that's probably why she's still here. And when she doesn't give, she gives us a sister. And we like her sisters better than her, so we accept it. But yeah, Kyle, I feel like she does a good job of being fair with new housewives and giving them a shot. Others, not so much, but Lord. Dang it. I hate being late. It's all good. I was late. I barely made this live. Oh, yeah. By the way, I will be doing the Valley Persian style tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. California time. I did not have time to do it tonight because I have homework and other stuff I have to do after this. Had to work overtime. Client had a meltdown, so I apologize. But the Valley will be up tomorrow. James will be there. We'll also be doing Love During Lockup with Kiwan JTV. Both can go, not private. I can't even read the comment. She said, put her back in private citizenship. Goodbye, thick weave. I love you, Dr. Jen. Thank you. Doctor's orders. Put her back in the private citizenship, please. Jennifer had me cracking up with her trying to get to the top of the hill. I was laughing at that.
She is just a good time. The fact that she is not up here, but we got Amanda up here, with the diamond is just, it's beyond to me. Well, maybe that's what Jennifer Tilly wants. She's like, look, I'll come on the show and be a friend, but don't be trying to get up in my business, my full time.
Because Real Money understands that you have to protect the good portion of your privacy. Real Money also understands that reality TV can kill your money.
Yep, it sure can.
It can. So you got to be careful. This is funny. Doris got one commercial her entire career. Oh Lord. Let me say, I think Garcelle and Kyle just started off wrong. Example, miscommunication situations. They tried, but it went downhill. Exactly. So it wasn't nothing too deep. If anything goes deep with Garcelle, it seemed like it was because somebody took her there. What's poppin', Kiwan JTV? Welcome in. I think I sent James a video of that scene of Kim Richards cussing out, pretty much reading, who was it? Eileen for filth. She read Kyle for filth. She read Lisa Rinna for filth. She took down Erica. She took down the whole table sober.
No, I was watching her. I did not know she had did a reality TV show with Natalie Nunn and got in Natalie Nunn's face.
I watched that.
Whoa, where the hell was I? Because I was like, I did not know there was a show.
It was Marriage Boot Camp Family Edition. That, and then they did another show together as well on another network years ago. But Kim Richards had her face. Look, all these baddies, everyone that's like, this, she a bad bitch. She'll pop them in their mouth. Wouldn't it be funny if I popped up on the Zeus Network chat and just dropped Kim Richards with her finger in Natalie's?
I mean, I said, Natalie, why you ain't fighting, Natalie? Why you ain't fighting, Natalie? What's going on, Natalie?
Tell her what happened when you came to Oakland last time, Natalie.
I'm trying to tell her. And first of all, I believe Kim looked like she got crackhead strength. I'm sorry, she do. Kim look like she'll fuck you up. Like, I'm saying allegedly. I'm not calling Kim a crackhead. I said allegedly. I said she got, y'all know what crackhead strength is for those of y'all who.
It's not just crackhead strength. When you, unfortunately, end up in substance use or abuse and or any addictive behavior, you get that strength. I don't know why, but Kim, she looked like she did it. And I'll never forget that scene when Eileen looked at Kim. She said, "Beast, how dare you?" I said,
Eileen, my girl, though. She is. I love me some Eileen. I do.
I could not. I was watching that with my husband on some weird stuff because he loved Kim Richards too. Because the way that was television gold.
It's when she had picked up that napkin. She said, Kyle, you shut the fuck up. You gonna pick up your napkin. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is that?
It was the chaos Kim had. Kyle ran out to the street in tears. I looked through the window of the restaurant so you could kind of see it in the camera, and all you see was Kyle run outside and in the street. She just put her face in her hands.
No, it's when she picked up the neck and said, Kyle, you shut the fuck up. When you gonna pick up your neck and go like this? What the fuck is that?
That was a great season.
That was a great.
Brandy slapped the shit out of LVP on that boat. And then it was so much that happened. God. I know Amsterdam hate to see them coming because that same year Basketball Wives aired. And I believe that's when Malaysia picked up that chair and threw it.
No, she picked up the table. It wasn't no chair, it was a table.
It was a table. She was throwing furniture in Amsterdam. So I know Amsterdam hate to see a television network coming because people come out there and act a fool. But I love Kim. Shout out to Kim. I hope she heals. I think she's getting in a conservatorship or something.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for her. Bless her heart. But I do.
We wish her the best.
Yeah, I wish her the best. I do.
Lord, thank you for the compliment, Shanny. I'm intelligent. I'm not the smartest child. I have my moments. LVP. I still love LVP. I don't really care for her. I tried. So I was going to cover the new Vanderpump Rules reboot and decided not to after watching the first episode because I turned that shit off and still have not gotten through it. And I tried to turn it on. Like sometimes at work when I'm doing my documenting, I'm like, let me put something in the background. Vanderpump Rules weak. Terrible. It will never be what it was. Just create a new show or bring back Summer's House, Martha's Vineyard. Just saying. They're sorely missed. Goodbye, Thick Weave. Lord help us. But you want to talk about y'all commenting? Wait a second.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep up. Hey y'all, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Why do I read that in the Meredith voice in my head though? You want to talk about the husbands? Fucking Meredith. I hope she's gone too. Kim was reality TV gold. Kim Richards is the definition of mama ain't raised no punk. And that and in that order. And I actually was watching something recently on YouTube. Her story is sad. And like if you look at it, it looks like she got into like the alcoholism when like someone she was supposed to marry or something died. So Kim, that's why I look at Kyle and I kind of get where James is coming from. Like I'll never fuck with Kyle after that limo scene.
No.
Because when you see Kim's upbringing in her life and what she went through, and then you look at how Kyle treats her, child. But listen, we all love Kim. Hey, cousin. When she gave the bunny back, that was the funniest. And she was so serious. And when that tear came out of Lisa Rinna's eye and the cameraman zoomed in on it in slow motion, I said, you know what, Bravo, y'all going straight to hell. I wouldn't want the bunny either. You're not going to have that energy around my grandbaby. Fuck out of here. She told Taylor, go blow up your lips some more. Or when Brandy came for the first time to the show and Kim and Kyle got into it with Brandy, but Kyle ended up having to hold Kim back. Kim was going to tear Brandy's ass up. Right. Pushed her down the stairs and threw a pizza at her. You stole my goddamn house. That shit's not funny though.
It's not, because that scene was terrible. Like y'all, I'm telling you, that scene fucks you up every time because I have never wanted to put my hands on somebody ever in life like that. Like I was like, Kim, like, see, I would not be mad.
Adrian Malouf, because the rest of them bitches was just there in shock, which I can understand. Most people wouldn't want to get involved with family. But when Kyle started lunging at Kim, Adrian Malouf, she said no and threw her ass back in the seat. She kept getting up and Adrian kept, bring Adrian back. She was funny to me. I feel like her husband and her their relationship was dying and it kind of ruined her. Give her another shot.
Yeah.
Friend of, at least, because she got money. All the best to Kim and Katie. I'm not gonna comment on Katie right now, but all the best to you, Kim. All the best. I remember Kim from back in the day on Knight Rider. Oh yeah, in Little House on the Prairie. She was my fave white lady back in the day. People underestimate her celebrity. People underestimate her celebrity. I think because Kyle ended up getting Halloween, but don't sleep on Kim Richards, y'all. Speaking of Vanderpump Rules, I went to Ariana and Katie's sandwich shop. It was so good. That shit looked good. That shit looked good. One thing about California that California gets right is sandwiches. I feel like California, the state of Pennsylvania as a whole, New York, good sandwiches. Damn, now I want a sandwich from New York. See, I'm gonna stop. But now that I got through the comments, thank y'all. Hey. The next day happens because these women didn't eat until midnight. And the dinner didn't even look all that good. They took so long to eat and cook that food. And it was just like, y'all could have really got through this quickly if you just had a chicken, enough for everybody, a starch, a rice, whatever the hell, a grain, and a vegetable. You could have done that and just made a big. They had pastas and appetizers and all this other stuff. I'm like, I cannot. But the next day, Sutton was a bitch to Amanda. Had her hands on her face talking about, hey, Missy, this and that. Sutton didn't like that Amanda commented on her being late and volunteering to cook the main dish and being the host of the trip. Which, while I don't care for Amanda thus far, I did agree with Amanda. You are the host. There's no reason that people should be eating the next day. That food did not come out. And Bravo, you know Bravo's petty. That shit said 11:49 p.m.
Yeah.
That is 11 minutes before midnight. You have me fucked up. But Amanda kind of feels like she feels like Sutton is looking for reasons to be upset with her. I'm going to come back to her in a moment. Well, actually, no, I'm not. She talks with Erica and Rachel in a car, and she talked about herself some more. So Amanda's the person where you could be having a conversation about like ice cream, and everyone could be like, yeah, I'd love some ice cream right now. And she'd be like, yeah, well, if we're going to have ice cream, it has to be this brand. And I can only buy it from this store. And I need to check the expiration date. My brand's actually better. And it's like, girl.
Nobody asked for that.
Can you please like let it be about someone else? It's okay to talk about yourself. A lot of people do it to relate in new situations. But I think where it becomes a problem is when you're not asking questions to other people and only answering them and speaking on yourself.
Right.
Like that's not good. And she keeps doing this. Again, it's giving new money. But they're in a car, and then she goes from talking about herself to being on the phone the entire time in the car on a bunch of different phone calls. And producers were petty because it was only about 15 minutes and she had like 20 different calls about nothing. And Erica said something in the camera that I actually agreed with. She was like, you don't have to stunt on us. We all have businesses. Like, I don't want to hear you on the phone. Which is true. I'm like, she's holding her phone. It looked like she had it on speakerphone at times. Like, girl, AirPods exist. Put them in. Be quiet. I don't understand it.
No, it definitely was given. I'm trying to seem important and that I have my shit together and I want the cameras to make sure. It definitely was given that.
She just, I don't know. That's all I have for that note from that scene with her. She makes my teeth itch. At first, I thought the ladies were kind of coming for her and looking for something that's wrong. But now that we've gotten like a couple episodes of her, I'm like, she does only talk about herself. It's like, love yourself, boo, but hell, shit. New York, LA, and PA do have the best sandwiches. When I come to PA, I'm acting a fool, an ignorant fool. I'm eating everything.
When I tell y'all I'm going to lose 20 pounds on purpose so I can gain that back, just to gain that back. Because when I tell y'all the Philly cheesesteak that got the tater tots, the macaroni and cheese in it, I'm coming for you.
I don't want no Geno's or none of the stuff that's super popular. Where's Naya? She's somewhere in Pennsylvania. I want somebody from the state, born there, raised there, ain't interested in leaving there. I don't care if you got to tell me, ignore the bullet holes on the door going in. Take me to where the good shit is.
Yep.
Okay?
Let me go walk in there and I'm going to wait in the car.
Oh, I walk in there happily.
Yeah.
You know, I thrive in ignorant environments for whatever reason. But if the food is good, I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to risk it. I am. She said no. Amanda asking about the barista about the damn matcha drink. Girl, shut the hell up and just drink.
That pissed me off. I was as a former barista.
Almond milk, half oat milk. What?
As a barista, let me tell y'all something. I'd have told Amanda, you gonna either pick one or the other. Ain't nobody gonna do all that.
It was.
That's why I'm not a barista anymore. Because I was with Rachel. This one time I'm with Rachel. Like, oh, are you serious? Like,
mind you, this Rachel fucking Zoe, huge fashion designer. What I will say about this cast, you got some very successful women who are known with or without Bravo.
Right.
Before, during, and after. Except for Erica and Dorit. But you know what I mean? So you like, if they're not being that extra, but you know, it's interesting. The ones who really need the show do shit like that. Because what do we know about Dorit? I'll take a Belvedere short glass. 3 lemons with club soda. If
I'm going to get that one day just because
I squeeze them myself. Like, bitch, just say you want a vodka soda with Belvedere. Why are you saying all of that? Can I get a vodka soda? Can you squeeze fresh lemon juice in it?
And make sure it's Belvedere because that's the one
it.
I need. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's why I didn't make it in waitressing. I used to be looking at people and having to switch tables because I would have cussed somebody else's and said, fuck the tip. That's actually happened. Shout out to Elephant Bar for giving me a shot. Lord help us. Girl, you could have had this whole conversation before you got in the car while you were getting ready. Very true. Kiwan, welcome to Love During Lockup. You're going to be your guiltiest pleasure, and they are all just that ignorant and juicy. Every episode is interesting. There's no slow moments. That's why I enjoy covering shows outside of Bravo, outside of OWN, because their shows are good, yes, but they're all very similar. And then there's a lot of like dry moments because they regular people with businesses and stuff to lose. But Love After Lockup, some of them is just ignorant. You might know them.
I can't wait to watch.
Kiwan, Google Troy and Zaria and then go watch their body cam footage. Go backwards a couple seasons to, I believe it was the 2nd season of Love During Lockup. Go watch that shit and look for Zaria and Troy. And then come back to me and I'm going to send you some updates and shit. These people be tripping. They be tripping. We going to have a time. Please subscribe to Kiwan JTV. We collab with her. Subscribe to James. Subscribe to Shayna. Subscribe to everybody. Yeah. Please. I will drive from New York City, New Jersey to Philly for an authentic cheesesteak. At least you have the option.
All right.
That's
a whole journey for me. I tell you, that's a 2-day trip. If I'm by car, shoot, 7 hours by flight.
I wouldn't even try and drive. I should never drive across the country. I want to, but I feel like I get pulled over. People in Oakland, we drive a little faster, and they don't like that in every state.
My only concern was Texas. Like when I drove from Miami to Phoenix, my only concern was Texas. The other states, I wasn't really too worried about, but Texas, I was worried about because there's way too many sundown towns for me. I was like, shit, I got to get through these, So
there are a lot. It's a big state.
Mm-hmm.
She said, yes, James, I've worked in a French bakery. I've worked in Starbucks in New York City, 66th Street in Columbus, just drinking it. Yeah, just, ooh, you worked at Starbucks in New York. I think that's harder than any Starbucks anywhere. I really do. I really genuinely do. You a warrior, Lord. But I be feeling bad for baristas, and nobody tips them. I don't like that. Let me see. She said, I'm going to be judgy and cursing.
Me too.
It won't be just me. Thank you.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm trying to work on cursing less, but it's not working.
You do it the best. You're probably the best at it that I've ever known. So no, please don't.
I need to watch my mouth. My mouth is not ladylike. My nana be like, what the hell is wrong with you?
If y'all knew her personally, let me tell y'all something. If y'all knew her personally, Y'all, she is the best at cussing I've ever heard. And I don't even cuss like that. I be inspired. I'm like, damn, I wish I could cuss like that. She is great at it.
Yeah, it's not great when you accidentally do it in meetings at work.
Yeah.
I really do have to work on it. I have to work. Jenny said, you driving faster than somebody from New York City, baby. I'm from the Bay, the land of sideshows. Okay.
She swerved my little car. I said, oh, look at
James said, you need to be over there. But go ahead and wait before he could get the, but go ahead. He said, oh, or you just beat it.
Yeah.
And Josiah looked at me too, like, don't you scare this man with his vehicle. He gave me that look. That was good. That was my slow driving.
Okay.
I'm gonna work that out. Because I have been pulled out over by cops and they look at me and they've been like, you were I didn't expect. I've gotten warnings because they're so confused, like, ma'am, please slow down. Why are you going so fast?
You ain't got to do all of this. It's not that bad. No, it really not that bad, but it's funny though. Because you don't be expecting.
I got another ticket. I'm 2 this year already, so I do have to. Yeah, some things. Yeah. Well, one of them's a parking ticket because I don't like paying for parking. If I know I'm gonna be out in like 10 minutes, I don't care. I'm not paying you. Let me stop before they come after me. I got tips again. New York is different. Different. James was like, no, we need to go over there. And Twin like, nah, we all.
She was gonna miss the exit, so I was like, no, get over. You have to get over. She wanted to go in the fast lane, but we was only 2 exits away. I said, no, you got to be on this side. Before I could even finish my sentence, she was already getting over. She had put the blinkers on, turned her head, and see like that on the freeway.
I'm doing better. Y'all just, my family watch these live. They're going to be like, see, we told your motherfucking ass. My dad be like, you trying to keep running from the police. What's wrong with you?
My fear in you getting a G-Wagon like me, because them ain't made for that.
No. That's why I would never buy a Tesla. Like certain cars I would not buy because they would get me into trouble or I would be a menace on the road.
I mean, to some degree, they never want to be a menace, but you can't be.
No, I be cussing people out too. I will roll the window down and be like, why the fuck you didn't? A mess. Have a good night, Dr. Jen. Have a good night. To everybody on the East Coast, actually. I'm surprised y'all here. Lord, we got sidetracked, but getting back into it, Amanda had her little weird situation, annoyed everybody. Now, Sutton had these ladies have dinner at the airport. And she said that she did it because the airport has this wonderful view, but you can't see the view or enjoy it when you smell jet fuel and hear the sound of planes landing. And the gates, the view was far. I mean, I guess Sutton. But she talks to, during the dinner, Amanda continues on and asks Sutton if she's mad at her. And Sutton is acting like her, hey, Missy, to Amanda was not rude. And I'm like, it was very rude. It was also condescending. And I don't understand why Sutton does this because she be knowing. But Amanda continues on and she brings up Avi again. And she says that ever since she mentioned that, Sutton's had a different energy. And Sutton is like, she think Amanda using her for attention, which at this point, I do feel like she is trying to use her for a way to be on camera more. But at the same time, why the fuck won't you talk about Avi? So what Sutton decides to do is instead of addressing Amanda, she snaps at the entire table and tells them all that she will not discuss Avi at all. And told them, if y'all want to talk about it amongst yourselves, do that. But I'm not discussing it. And while she did this, something I paid attention to is she would not say his name. She said, that man. I am not discussing that man. Why can't you say his name? And I've paid attention to the season and went back and looked at some things. She has not said his name once this season. So either something legal is involved, or her mean ass is so mad that he quit, because they also came out that it was supposed to be temporary. I guess he was supposed to like go on a leave or something and come back or whatever the hell. But Sutton, you refusing to say his name and discuss him just makes you guilty. What you hiding, Miss Brown? What you hiding? Do you think she looked guilty handling it that way? How did you feel about that?
So this is how I do, because see, my first thought was it was legal too, because she didn't say his name. I mean, she did say to confirm who it was when Amanda first asked her. She did say that on camera, but she's not referring to him beyond that. So I do think that there was something legal that happened, but I think she shut it down and probably settled. But, and I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know if that's true or not. But to me, I feel like it's disrespectful of you to tell people, well, I'm not going to talk about it, and if y'all going to talking about it amongst yourselves and stuff like that. And it's like, well, we knew you when he was a huge part of your life, and we think it's odd that you haven't said a person who was so involved with you why they left. Like, was it something? Was it an emergency? Did something happen? Like, you could have just said, I think we had a great ride. Like, all she had to do was say, we had a great ride. He was a fun employee. He had a great time. He put up with a lot of my shenanigans that I felt like he should have got a raise for. And we just decided to part ways, due to that. And I wish him well and I love him dearly still. All she had to do was say that. But the fact that she's so tight-lipped about it makes me feel like there was something deeper that happened. Like Mrs. Best said, because I do agree with that. I do think something deeper happened. But I think it's a premise of a few things, not just one thing.
I agree with that, actually, wholly. Thank you. That's why somebody else is here. Well, Kiwan, I don't know if you're still in here, but if you are, chill. I open Instagram and see some things.
Right.
Oh my God. Oh God. Shout out to Love and Marriage Huntsville and the good therapist that was on that show, y'all.
I'm trying to tell y'all, that lady Carlos, she need to be a main cast. I know she probably won't do it, but she need to check. She need to get on Love It, because that is what I tell you. That screenshot saves my life. I be hollering
when you feeling down.
Like,
just look at it,
and I go, "Oh, who told you that?"
It was like, she still said that. Oh God!
She goes, "Oh dear."
Oh my God! I should not have looked at that during live. I'm just
right. I can't stop laughing. That's why I was like, God. "Oh God!" They got you to tag me in that. Keyword, I love you, because I'm thinking, God, because I would have hollered on this live. I just happened to see it.
Oh God! Funny. I could not. She said, "Oh, Sutton that pick me ass pissed me off." She's gonna keep doing it.
She is, because y'all don't know how to put that lady in her place, because y'all scared her. I get when it comes to her wealth, she is one of the wealthiest ones on here. But at the same time, y'all need to stop being afraid of that money and start calling her out. Like, y'all need to start calling her out on her shit. Like, for me, I wouldn't give a fuck about that money. Your old ass need to sit down somewhere, because you're doing too much. You over here talking about what you're not going to do, what you are going to do, and all this kind of stuff. Didn't nobody ask you for all of this. Sit down somewhere. Right. That's why they won't put me on Beverly Hills with them. They wouldn't, because I would have cussed everybody out. From Bose all the way down to Sutton. I would cuss them all out. That's the truth. Because y'all do too much on the show for this to be this boring and shit. Y'all need a scandal or something on the show.
That's what happens when people who are not actual producers are trying to produce a show. The cast got to behave like the cast, but Bravo let them get away with a lot. But what can we do? Shetty said, I think Sutton on that bitch. Erica and Doris don't like this chick. So you know what? I'm trying to get in good with them. Let me pick at this girl. That's what it's giving to, Shani. It does seem like Sutton is going to go along to get along. It definitely does. She says, didn't Kyle tell that girl to say something to Sutton about what Avi said to her friend? She did. But Amanda was going to say something anyway.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to say Kyle fully start the pot, because with Kyle and Sutton's history, if Kyle did not tell her to go say something to Sutton and Kyle did not say anything to Sutton, then it would have been problematic. So Kyle was kind of damned if she did, damned if she don't. I do think it was the right thing to do to tell Amanda, well, you tell her. Why are you telling me, bitch? But I don't think she knew the girl would say anything like at the table in front of everybody. How you gonna go to someone to talk about something privately and then bring it up? It's like, what? I cannot. I'm about to tag you too. I cannot. Where was all this energy seasons ago? And why did Garcelle have to take up for her? Period. Why? Why? Now that Garcelle's here, now it's I'm not discussing anything. Because half the reason these women don't like Garcelle is because she defended Sutton. And then they start looking for reasons to have a problem with her.
Yeah, well, I would say it's 50-50. Half of it was microaggression because how dare Garcelle, the black lady, confront me about me cussing out someone, her child, or me cussing her out because she doesn't believe my story about my house being invaded. Or it's like a lot of that was microaggressions, and the other half was her sticking up for Sutton, which once again, I think that is the most insane shit ever. So, yeah.
It is. Shit, your discernment, right? Y'all, apologies for this live taking so long. We've just been chatting because the episode didn't really give much. However, after Sutton's little breakdown, Erica tells Sutton that she's making things bigger than what they are. And then Sutton starts to cry, talking about she just wants to focus on her future. I'm like, bitch, why are you crying? Put me there. But then again, these women, they really would have microaggressions because I would really be looking at Sutton and coming at her the way Jocelyn Hernandez came at Mimi Faust. Ho, why is you here? Why? Like, because at some point, I'm like, you just went off on them. You just found your dick and now you've lost it. All in less than 5 minutes. Are you going to cry or are you going to be strong? What is it, Sutton? I don't understand it. But Sutton then ends up snapping at Jennifer Tilly, who tries to be there for her friend. And I didn't like that. This actually pissed me off more than I thought it would. And I don't know why, but I think part of it is that Jennifer really hasn't pissed me off on this show, not once. She hasn't made me side-eye her. She hasn't made me say, ooh, Jennifer, you messy. Like, Jennifer Tilly has been here and been pure, in my opinion, comic relief for us. But she's also been pretty fair, it seems. So I don't like that Sutton is snapping at her. And producers gave receipts for Tilly, as they should have, of Sutton snapping at her in previous episodes and seasons. And Jennifer's tired of it. Kyle gets up and is like, I got to go to the bathroom. And Jennifer's like, you know what? I'm going to go too. And Sutton looked, because I think Sutton knew, like, oh, I've pissed her off, but Sutton didn't seem to care. And Jennifer Tilly tells Kyle that she thinks this is why Garcelle was done with Sutton and left the show, because everything has to be about Sutton and nobody else. I said, clock in, Miss Tilly. Clock the fuck in.
Let's see, this is the Jennifer Tilly. You know, I love you. You should have said it to her. Mm-hmm. And you have to do it in a way where, because she was already crying. So you had to do it in a way where you had to be obnoxious as hell, because crying is only going to get her sympathy votes. You had to be like New York versus Crazy. That's the only motherfucking thing I could say to you, because it applies. And then stick that finger right in that forehead. You have to do her like, I'm sorry, that's how you have to do something. Y'all can't be telling her in subtle voices, and because she's already doing microaggressive crying. Mm-hmm. You have to really get up in her face and point that finger in her face,
like
and Erica
her did. Like
yes, Erica, you got to do it exactly like that.
But now looking back on that situation, when mm-hmm. Sutton questioned her and Erica got at her, she didn't cower. And that's the only way, though, to get her to leave you alone. Yep. And unfortunately, though, that scene will just never age well, because yes, Erica was wrong. That seems to be the only way that Sutton will stay in her fucking place and get and behave. Exactly. And if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Hey,
you gotta do. You just have to do it like that. That's just how you. So Jennifer, that's how you had to do it. She ain't gonna see you to touch her on the forehead if you try to point your finger and put it in her forehead.
Shout out to Miss Tiffany Pollard. She cracked me the hell up. I was looking at some old clips.
I was too. That's why I came to my head, because that shit cracked me up. When she said, "Okay, you better not touch me," and she put her finger in her forehead and tapped it.
No, for me, it was the season finale of Flavor of Love 2. After we had to hear that nasty interaction between her and Flav. Oh, Flav! But it was the end of the freaking show when she didn't get chosen at all for the second time. And she's walking away from the camera with a toe-up weave in the rain. Talking about, you think I give a fuck? Because I don't. She just kept saying it and looking at the camera. I said, New York.
No,
weave was toe up.
No, it was, see you boots. How's your steak, hun? Think that's going to hold you over for the night? That's the meat you were waiting for. I think I'm done.
When she told Boots, you get your nasty ass down here right now, bitch. That's right, bitch. I was like, but the best read from New York, and I don't care what nobody says, is when she called Omarosa on House of Villain. What did she say?
Oh my gosh, she's
guzzling Republicans sucking. She read Omarosa for absolute filth. And Jax Taylor. I cannot. Let me. New York is funny, but Jennifer Tilly's fed up with Sutton, y'all. And eventually she goes back to the table. And I was like, okay, I respect you for going back, Jennifer. But we see Sutton and her white woman tears got her the sympathy that she needed to get out of her accountability. And that's when Sutton announces that she finally feels part of the group. This is why I don't like bitches. This is why I keep a small circle and I'm doing YouTube with somebody I've known since before I had titties, because there is no way in hell that anybody should have to deal with this level of bullshit. That's my opinion. How did you feel about this?
I'm trying not to, because you just got me all the way off guard.
How?
That fool says somebody I've known before I had titties.
When I met you, I was in a B cup. Now I'm in a double D. Things have changed. As I said, met you before I had. This is why my circle stays small and the same.
Yeah, she couldn't just be normal with the shit. She had to go way off course and say some crazy shit. This is why I love her, though. I tell you, because that would call me off guard. What was we talking about? We was talking about stuff. And this damn pick me ass. I'm in the group. I'm in the group now. Sutton, the fact that was your whole mission, being a part of this show, is even more pathetic than anything you could have done. You're a full-time housewife. You're in the group. They couldn't ice you out even if they wanted to, because you know why? You had your loyal best girlfriend, Garcelle, and then your other friend of the show that filmed, and y'all scenes were more entertaining than anything else the other heifers could give. So the fact that you now have resorted to this, oh my gosh, I want to be part of the popular girls clique in this high school, even though I'm 58 years old. I can't.
The shade.
I cannot.
58 years old.
I'm just saying, because to me, there's nothing more pathetic than someone living out the dream because they weren't popular in high school. So now that I'm old, I need to relive that fantasy. Y'all, there was nothing good about being the popular kid in school. That means you just got looked at and have to be some aesthetically pleasing or perfect that you didn't deserve to be. Or that you shouldn't have been. I'll put it that way.
That is very true. That is very true. People stalk your Instagram wanting to see updates and stuff. You got your profiles private. It's not, hey. But yeah, I agree with that with Sutton. I can't. But we made it to the end of this live, you guys. We will be heading over to James's channel. My apologies sincerely to you, James. My lives don't usually go over, which he knows, but I value everybody's time and I do appreciate his time. So your public apology has been issued.
You good, girl. That ain't gonna be a long live, no way.
Oh, Lord.
You all right?
James, that sound like Thanos. Oh, my husband just be chuckling at the way we talk shit in these lives. I got.
This is everyday conversation. Like, it just really is.
Now, y'all, tomorrow morning on my channel, we will be live at, what did I say? 9 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. James's time. And if you are on 11, well, wait, hold on. I'm gonna get these time zones right, y'all, because I'm smart, god damn it. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. What the hell is Arizona time called? What's that?
Mountain
Standard Time. So what the hell time zone Kiwan in? Central?
Kiwan is in Central time. She's in Texas.
Yeah. East Coast 12. Y'all niggas be up early. We'll be live in the morning to go over Love During Lockup. That will be a time because Kiwan and James are already ready. But in the meantime, subscribe to everyone's channel. We're going to head over to James's channel now. If you want to get there quickly, just click the link in the description of this video. Thank you to everybody, and we'll see you on James's channel. Adios.